All right, I'm going to go into detail about that dark entity attack. First, oh, it's pomegranate season. Love these things. Love them. Diet is over. As long as these are in season, it is over. I've already eaten 2 full ones. I chewed the seeds and everything. Gonna go get some more. Love pomegranates. It's a real food. Oh my God. They are so good. Anyway, dark entity attack. What it's like and going into details. When I had that flash of anger, which I shouldn't have, because normally in these type of situations that I mentioned the last one, I think outside the box. I can come up with solutions for everything, and this is what I do, and I like doing that, finding solutions to everyday problems. I like doing that. But this flash came out of nowhere, just nowhere. My wife says it's probably because of the hormones, because of the cancer treatment and everything, the hormones, which she may be totally correct. And that may be part of it, is it created an opening for this entity kind of thing that I see. And the way I see them. So let me tell you what happened. When everything flashed white, I stopped thinking. It almost took over. It's like I stopped thinking and just became angry and angrier. And then it got real depressive. And I went and picked up the rug, came back, sat on the ice chest like I mentioned the other one. That took about 30 minutes. So that lasted for 30 minutes, feeling down. And where it made a mistake, I think, is push me to that edge of that suicidal thought. That's when now I realized, whoa, this is not me. This is something else. It's not just hormones, it's something else. So at this point, what I did, if you see my past videos, I talk about how you can feel everything around you, the walls. Driving down the road, feel for a cop way up ahead, miles ahead. Feel things, feel reality all around you. To be able to feel everything around you. And so when I had that impression of this isn't my thought, I really paid attention to what I'm feeling around me everywhere. And on my left side over here, there was this dark shape. So in my mind, I'm picturing the entire surroundings. If you go back and look at finding people, objects, finding things, how you can feel and visualize everything around you and see it all around you. But there was this hole, this dark shape on my left side when I did that and visualized it. So it's this dark shape. The more I focus on it, the more I can see an outline of it, what it looked like, an outline of the shape, and exactly pinpoint where it's at, what it looks like. And that's when it started switching tactics, when I recognized it. I mentioned that last video, Strange Happening video, so it switched tactics. But I am now feeling it. I can see it in my mind, see what it looks like in my mind. And that's when I'm able to, if you want to say, go on the attack, but more it's like showing it love, positive, joy, everything positive, because it's such a negative. So I'm doing the opposite, showing it all the positive things, and it diminishes it in size because it's the opposite thing, and I just keep pouring it on and keep pouring it on. But it takes a lot of effort to do that. When something so dark is coming at you, it takes a lot of effort to push back on it with so much positive, because what it feels like is these are your own personal feelings. It's part of me. It's part of this existence, part of here. It's my own thoughts that I have to fight against, but they're really not mine. There's something else. But it feels like it's my own thoughts, and I have to fight against my own thoughts. That's what it feels like. It's not my own thoughts, though, but it feels like that. And that's what you're having to fight against. When I'm doing that, I am focused on that solely, not what it might be doing to me. So as I'm focused on trying to force it back and love, light, understanding, all this kind of stuff at it, and let it be part of me and all this kind of thing, and it's wanting to get away. And I am pushing, but when I fight like that to that extent, I am totally focused on the moment, on what's happening right then and there, because if you let up, it could get the upper hand. So you don't let up and don't let up. So I am oblivious to what it might be doing to me or anything else that might be being done to me. I'll find out later, which I did find out later. So it got diminished in size. I mentioned in the last video that it was weakened really bad. Now I know part of why, besides just pushing that out there. I didn't realize this that day. That was Thursday. Friday, I did not realize that either. Saturday, I started feeling it and really seeing it because I was exhausted that night, just exhausted. I slept, what, 13 and a half hours, maybe 14 and a half hours. Exhausted. Friday, I was still a little out of it, tired and everything else. Saturday, I started getting my normal senses back, self back, and I could feel it. And what it was is through here, like under the arm, right through here, it had left a piece behind in me, in my psychic side of me, my metaphysical side of me, the invisible side of me. That part of me, it left a piece of itself there, and I didn't realize that until Saturday. So a couple of days later, and maybe that's also why it was diminished in size. Once I recognized it, I've got this armor kind of stuff, and it did not activate on this thing. It didn't. It snuck in past it, and I did not see this thing at all. But once I recognized it, the armor kept it in, so this piece stuck. It's not going anywhere. It's part of me. It's stuck, and it's good. Honestly, it's good, and I'll tell you why. So, but what it was like, if you've seen a stalactite that hangs from the ceiling of caves, how it's a point, and then it goes wider, it was like that, like something wide, like not a spike, because those are typically narrow and even all the way up and down. This widened out and came in like that. So it's like a shard of glass. Also, seen in my mind, is black. So black, it's almost like a metallic black obsidian, but it's shiny. It's also shiny, reflective. It's reflective, but black, reflective. So it was weird. But in there, and it's stuck. Now, for the pink house, that's why I needed to go down too, is to ground, get away from people, be part of nature, because I'm also earth worker type and all that, and feel the sunshine, feel all that light and sunshine, and let it come in, and it worked. And one thing I did, it helped wash away, it was almost like it was poison on the outside of it, toxic, so it washed away all the toxic nastiness on the outside of this thing, washed it all away. And then what I'm left with is the base of it, not the toxicity, the poisonous part. It's just the object itself, the thing itself. It's still there. It's still there now, a little bit. I had started using some visualization in my head, and this thing that I'm feeling right through here is actually a physical pain. It's not just imaginary. This is a physical pain. If you've had some nerve damage or a pinched nerve, and you feel that, that's what it felt like, but right across here, just right across here, like it came under the arm and just right across here, right down the arm and across here, is what it felt like on the left side. That's also where I tried to grab it, and maybe that's why I couldn't grab it and it slipped away. I didn't have the strength after being stabbed there on the left side. I didn't have the strength to hold it. Because I was damaged, and that's part of this fighting I do. When I get into that mode, it doesn't matter what's happening to me. I'm all about the moment, and so I don't know what's happening to me until later. So I found out later. But the visualization I use is for nature and the earth, is using roots to cut into it and grow into it. And I also use some light and energy to go into it. And whenever I'm doing that, the pain goes away, totally gone. The pain's gone now, but it would go away. Later, after I let up for a while and just quit and do other things, it starts coming back, and then I'd have to go back and do it. It is Tuesday now. Now, the final part of this it's still in there. It's reduced in size, but it's a nice scar with that thing still in me. That little piece of whatever that was, that dark entity is still there, that little piece. And I was about to get rid of it, and this is Monday, yesterday. And I took note of the time. This was 1:28 in the afternoon. I was laying down on the couch there at the pink house, resting from whatever I was doing. Sugarcane, I think, doing the sugarcane. And all of a sudden, all this energy and stuff started wrapping around me, and stuff started happening. It was like I was in the middle of, this is going to sound weird, like a DNA chain. It's kind of weird. But the interweaving of light and dark was doing this all around me. Just doing this like a DNA chain, and just energies and swirling and moving. And while that's happening, this thought came in my head of, if I don't totally destroy this little dark piece, if I keep it, I may be able to use it in the future with future fights, attune with it to to understand better of some of these other dark entities out there. And this was a stronger one that did that. Weaker ones are no problem. I mentioned another one, armor activated psychosis. That was a weak one. That was a normal one. This was a bigger one, dark entity that attacked, a much better one. Really kind of savvy to be able to pull that off and leave a piece in, weaken me so I can't grab it. And it got away. Left a piece of itself behind, but it got away. So it's really weird. You know, I don't know. It's the first time that's happened before, ever. But that happened. So, but it's now part of me, but it's inert, but it's still there. And I'm not trying to destroy it right now. I'm going to keep it, hang on to it. I might be able to use it somewhere in the future. And that's the impression I was getting when all this energy was like wind and just white and black and just colors just going all around, like a DNA chain all around me. And as I'm laying there, I was just like, whoa, what is this? I mean, I was literally doing that on the couch, like, whoa, what is, wow. Just, and then all this part healed up and it's fine now. But that's kind of what happened and the details of it. So it's all better now, perfect. I like my wife's attitude. She goes, it's hormones. She's like, I've been there, I've done that. From her hormones. A long time ago, when we were living in Arlington, she got some special kind of hormones that didn't work out well with her, didn't jive with her, and she did something similar, freaked out. But this is the first time she's been present when something like this has happened with a bigger dark entity. Nobody's ever been present in the past. She was standing there in front of me when this one happened. She is very understanding.